How to win friends and influence people for software developers. Today we're diving into a classic, Dale Carnegie's How to Win Friends and Influence People. Now I know what you're thinking. Spencer, I'm a software developer, not a sales guy. Why do I need this? But listen folks, if you want to succeed in tech, whether it's working on a team, getting promoted, or leading a project, you need people skills. So let's break down this timeless advice and tailor it for the software world. Welcome to Startup Hack. I'm Spencer Thomason, and here at Startup Hack, we love to train software developers in our licensed coding boot camps, as well as to build custom software solutions. I do have a lot of work as a fractional CTO. With over a decade of executive leadership and a solid 25 years in software development, I've mastered the art of transforming technology, teams, and products. All right, let's jump right into it. Carnegie's first major principle is all about avoiding criticism. Developers, we know the drill. You've just completed a code review and want to point out every little bug or inefficiency. But here's the thing, nobody wants to feel attacked, even if they've messed up. Instead of tearing someone down, try building them up. Instead of saying your code is trash, say I like your approach here, but we can improve this section to boost performance. Simple tweak, but it changes the entire tone. You're not only going to get change you need, but also keep the positive team dynamics going. Now, the first habit is crucial. Don't criticize, condemn, or complain. We've all been there during a frustrating project. Maybe someone's code broke, the build, or the database queries are running like molasses, but calling someone out in a negative way does more harm than good. Focus on solutions instead. Offering constructive feedback in a way that doesn't feel like an attack will build relationships and make your team more open to your suggestions. In the dev world, your words are just as important as your code. Now, give honest and sincere appreciation. The second principle is giving appreciation, and this one is golden in software development. Too often, we get so wrapped up in deadlines and bugs, we forget to recognize good work. So take a moment to appreciate your team's contributions, no matter how small. It could be something as simple as saying, hey, great job refactoring that function. Performance is so much better now. That positive reinforcement goes a long ways. People will not only appreciate you, but they'll also be more likely to help you out in the future. Now, the next one is rise in others, eager to want. This one's a little tricky, but super powerful. Inspire others to want what you want. In software, this is about getting your team or stakeholders excited about your vision. Don't just say, we need to implement this feature. Instead, show them why it matters. Say something like, if we implement this, it's going to reduce load times by 50% and improve user satisfaction. Now, when people feel invested in the outcome, they'll work harder and collaborate better. And speaking of getting systems working together, if your company has a system that aren't connected, let us help you out. Here at Startup Hack, our specialty is connecting systems to help your company run like a well-oiled machine. So check out startuphack.com/Spencer and let's help you out to get optimized in your processes. Now, the next one is become genuinely interested in other people. This might sound like a soft skill 101, but here's the thing. People want to feel valued even in technology. As a software developer, you're often focused on the code, but don't forget the people around you. Ask your teammates about their work, their challenges, and how you can help. You'd be surprised by how much goodwill and influence you can build by simply being interested in others. The stronger your relationships, the more smooth projects will run. Now, the next one is smile, even virtually. I know what you're thinking, smile really? But hear me out. In a person, a smile can diffuse tension and build rapport quickly, and even in virtual meetings, a positive, friendly demeanor goes a long ways. Did you know that you can hear a smile in your voice? It's really true. When you're working remotely, that extra touch of positivity in your tone, whether it's a Zoom call or Slack messages, can make all the difference. And that's part of the reason I tell my developers to try to get onto camera as often as possible, because body language is a big deal. And smile. A little warmth and friendliness can make the workplace much more collaborative, which is essential when you're working on complex projects with tight deadlines. Now, the next one is remember people's name. Carnegie says remembering someone's name is a simple yet powerful tool. For developers, this means more than just recalling a name at stand-up meetings. It's about recognizing your team's contributions and making them feel valued. When you remember the little details like a colleague's recent success or a bug they squashed, it shows you care about them beyond just their role in the project. Building a personal rapport makes it easier to influence decisions later when you're pitching your own ideas. Now, the next one is be a good listener. Encourage others to talk about themselves. Developers tend to love talking about the cool things they're building, but here's the kicker. To build influence, you've got to be a good listener. Ask your colleagues about their ideas, their struggles, and their wins. You not only learn a lot, but they'll appreciate that you're giving them space to share. Whether it's during code reviews or in a team meeting, being a good listener makes people receptive to your ideas and suggestions down the road. Now, the next one is talk in terms of other people's interests. So when you're pitching a new framework or trying to get a colleague to see your side, make sure you frame it in terms of what they care about. For example, let's say you're trying to convince a manager to adopt a new tool. Don't just say, this will be really cool for us developers. Instead, highlight how it will save time, reduce bugs, or improve customer satisfaction, things the manager actually cares about. The more you align with their interests, the easier it will be to win them over. Now, the next one is make the other person feel important, and do it sincerely. In this fast-paced world of software development, it's easier to overlook people's contributions, but Carnegie's principle here is simple. Make others feel important. When you're working on a project, take take the time to acknowledge everyone's role, from the junior dev who squashed a tricky bug to the product manager who kept the team on track. A little recognition goes a long ways, and make sure it's sincere. People can spot fake praise from a mile away. Avoid arguments. You can't win them. Arguments in software development just escalate quickly, especially when strong opinions clash over the best way to solve a problem. But here's the thing, nobody wins in an argument. Instead of trying to prove you're right, focus on finding common ground. Say something like, I see your point. What if we tried this approach and compare the results? This keeps the conversation constructive and moves the project forward without unnecessary drama. Now, the last one, if you're wrong, admit it quickly and emphatically. We all make mistakes, whether it's merging a buggy PR or making a bad architectural decision. Carnegie says the best way to handle mistakes is to admit them quickly and emphatically. In the software world, this builds trust and credibility. If you broke the build, own it right away. Your team will appreciate the honesty, and it's better to be upfront than to let issues linger. Plus, it sets a great example for others to follow when they're gonna inevitably make mistakes too. Now, what are your thoughts? Do you agree? Do you disagree? I love having a great discussion, so make sure to leave a comment down below. Make sure to like and subscribe. Here at Startup Hack, we love training software developers in our licensed coding bootcamps, as well as to build custom software solutions. So reach out because we'd love to help. Hit the links down below or check out startuphack.com today.